us as we walk to raise awareness of conditions like sickle cell disease, hemophilia, and von Willebrand disease. It's all happening on the 28th of April at 6:30 a.m. The Society for Inherited and Severe Blood Disorders Trinidad and Tobago Limited will be having the annual Walkathon on the 20th. And to tell us more about it this morning, we are joined by two gentlemen to give us some insight. Mr. Jason Braffett, the PRO for the Society of Inherited and Severe Blood Disorders in Trinidad and Tobago, and Mr. Roop Narain Sina, the Assistant PRO for the very same society. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Technically, I should say welcome back, because you continuously have conversations with us to appraise us of the good work that you're doing.
Yes.
And it is a pleasure and an honor to support these endeavors, because for context, someone looking on may not know this entity exists altogether. So Jason, if we can begin with a little bit of context or history, if you will.
Sure.
This is an entity that has existed for quite some time, but
Yes.
little is known. Give us a bit of a summary.
We've been in existence for the last 40 years and doing tremendous work in Trinidad and Tobago for the population that we represent, which is persons with inherited blood disorders, specifically sickle cell, hemophilia, beta thalassemia, and von Willebrand. There are many persons in Trinidad and Tobago with this condition or the trait of this condition. So we've been doing a lot of work. As a society, we've also partnered with international organizations to bolster the medication for some of our patients, specifically with hemophilia, in the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars of donations we would have received on behalf of the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Now, Mr. Sinat, you were telling me that this is one that has been happening for years and years and years, because it's a major way that the society is able to raise funds, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
We have this annually. It's a fun event. I want to encourage. I'm a teacher. I'm a mathematics teacher at Barapo East Secondary School, and I'm looking forward to all my students coming up in Port of Spain. Many of them may have never been in Port of Spain from Barapo, but they are looking forward to coming up. And that Queen's Park Savannah walk, you could run, you could skip, you could do anything, and just have fun that day and come and enjoy the event. Lots of giveaways, lots of prizes. We have TASA, we have entertainment, we have soca, we have aerobics.
Ooh.
We have so many things that I want to encourage the entire nation to support us. And to register, you just purchase a jersey. We have jerseys on sale on that day.
Right.
And you could also come at our office at 74 Pembroke Street. That is near the Child Guidance Unit. And you can get a jersey to register for the event.
So I'm glad that you mentioned that we could walk, run, skip, because when we talk about walkathons or anything that covers a large distance like the Queen's Park Savannah, some people might be intimidated. So what I'm hearing here is that everybody is welcome.
Yeah, because by and large, a lot of the persons that support, it's either patients, their caregivers, their family network, so it's not a race. But what we try to do is try to achieve the one lap around the savannah. And everybody, you do it at your pace.
Right.
And we also have all the safety protocols in place, ambulance and so on. So, and police outriders and so on to make sure that we're all safe while we do this.
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned that we just have to buy a T-shirt so that registration is happening on site and in advance, yes?
Yes. But, we prefer advance
Right.
because obviously there's a limited number of T-shirts, and these T-shirts are everyone likes. It's a keepsake, It's really nice. Every year we do a different design, a different color. This year we have black and red options with different information that we try to put out to the public.
Sounds good. And that means then that you can do the payment on site, or you can come to the office and do that in advance.
Yes.
If, however, you don't want to actually participate in the walk because you're lazy or you don't have the time, you can still donate otherwise?
Absolutely. And we have information on our, you could get in contact with us via email. And I hope you can put up the society's email, sisbd.tt@gmail.com. You can either call the office at 288-0877. You can also look us up on Facebook and Instagram, SISBDTT, and you'll have all the information how you can contribute and be a part of this wonderful organization.
Now, I know you told me you are bringing the whole school and they're going to be walking and jumping and running, but you mentioned entertainment. Any names that you care to share with us?
We keeping it under wraps. It's a surprise. It's a surprise.
I tried Trinidad and Tobago.
Even if you don't want to walk or run or participate, we have a real lovely breakfast. You come in and have breakfast with us. We have a wider array of delicious delicacies. So come in and have breakfast with us and be part of it. And our society, I wanted to add, the Society for Severe and Inherited Blood Disorders, we are quite unique in the sense that we represent 3 major blood disorders: hemophilia, thalassemia, and sickle cell. Most organizations in the world represent just one. We have all 3 on our banner, so we cater for a wider group of patients that have these diseases. And when people come out, you know, and they meet the patients and they meet the members of the society, it really creates a sort of awareness. And this is what we try to do as an organization. We create awareness to the public. We encourage testing because your child, this is a random blood disorder. It can happen to anyone, any family. So by creating the awareness, especially with parents, they may have a child who may have some sort of sickness and they may think it's some other problem, but we encourage testing for parents. And this is something very, very important. The earlier you detect it, it's going to be better to treat it and have a more fulfilling life.
Right, and the support that you need from the society as well.
Absolutely, because that's our pillars. We are parent support organization. So we fill that gap where the medical system would kind of left wanting. We are there to support patients and their parents. So it's a holistic approach.
Gotcha. One last question, because in terms of that testing that you mentioned being so important, will it be available on site for the Walkathon, or is it something that we could look forward to?
What we do, because it's the most we will have on the Walkathon day, and we try to have, is testing for sickle cell, because it's a simple procedure, and we have the equipment, and we bring in specialists to help us with that. But the other testing for thalassemia, beta thalassemia, and hemophilia, that is done in medical laboratories in Trinidad.
More complex. Just as complex as it is to pronounce. I can imagine. Well, in that case, gentlemen, let me say thank you for coming in to keep us abreast of what is happening within the Society for Inherited and Severe Blood Disorders. Continue to support you all, and for you all to continue to let Trinidad and Tobago know that testing is necessary and that the entity exists to support both patients, parents, and others. So for now, guys, we are getting ready to head to the Savannah, but if you want more information, again, the number is 288-0877. You can email them as well and find them online. And we do have the flyers, so you will be seeing the information as we get ready to walk for a good cause on Sunday, the 28th of April. It's an early one, so get your rest and add it to your calendar. But for now, thank you, gentlemen, again for joining us this morning.
Blood donations are important, and we have one as well.
Oh, okay.
Coming up soon.
So we'll hear from them again.
Yes, the next donation is actually on Saturday, April 13th. Okay. We have a blood drive. This is at the Extra Foods Center next to the Diwali Nagar. Okay. We have a blood drive coming up on the 13th of April, so you're free to come and donate as well.
All right. So we're heading to the blood drive, but for now we're heading to a break, guys.
Yes,
more on the Now Morning Show, and we will talk to you guys soon.
Yes, thank you so much.